Feng Shui begins with the energy and how it travels towards your property entrance, how it enters onto your property and into your space, whether that's at work, home, or organization. And the three types of energies that are taken into consideration are the energies of the cosmos, so that would be the planets, the universe, the humanity energy, so the energies between people and plants and animals, and also the earth energy, so the lay of the land. And each person will be uniquely attracted to different types of earth energies. And so this is taken into consideration in the space because no two people will have the exact same alignment with the earth energies. Feng Shui, all types of Feng Shui, basically began through either the I Ching or the Lo Shu, and they both reflect the tortoise design on the top of the tortoise shell and the different grid patterns on the tortoise shell. And so symbology was placed to that. Interestingly enough, the 8 trigrams and the 64 hexagrams actually is the origins of the early binary system that created computer programming. It's quite interesting. The trigrams themselves consist of 3 lines. The top line represents heaven, one represents humanity, and the third one, the bottom one, represents earth. In the trigrams, the solid line is a masculine energy, and the broken line is a feminine energy. So in my tradition, we rely heavily on the magic squares, which is the 9 areas of life. So wealth, fame and recognition, relationship, ancestors, health, future, education, career, and community. And we look at those areas as being in balance or out of balance in the space. And then symbology is used to enhance those areas that are out of balance. So some of the elements that we would use to balance would be color, or the elements themselves of fire, earth, metal, water, or wood. And so this would be in different shapes, different ranges of colors, and it would be in a nurturing cycle or a destructive cycle. If there's too much fire, we would add water to a space to calm the energy down. If there wasn't enough fire in a space and there was too much water, we would add fire to calm it down. With regards to energy that is supporting, we call that qi. With energy that is too aggressive and too fast and destructive, we call that sha energy. And so I've included some examples of sidewalks that would represent or reflect qi energy, and some that would reflect sha energy. So sha energy would be straight, hard lines, and qi energy would be more reflective of a waterway, so winding, meandering type energies. Here are some examples of the elements I mentioned earlier, which create balance. So in the nurturing cycle, if everything was in balance, fire creates earth, earth creates metal, metal creates water, and water supports wood, and wood supports fire. So it's an environment that is it's supportive. In an environment that needs balance, there would be the aspect of Metal cuts down wood. As I said earlier, water puts out fire. Fire melts metal. And fire puts out water, or evaporates water. Water disturbs earth, and so does wood, actually. So it's all in the intention. It's conscious awareness that your space has influence and stimulates you in your motivation, in your relationships. And so it is a focus of attention to bring your awareness to these areas that need balance. So if your health is not well, it brings balance to the area of health and what would enhance health. So it's an integration through manifestation in a physical sense. You're taking physical action to improve a certain area of your life. So it's using intention in your space to bring that reflection into an action focus. Some common examples of Sha energy would be sharp angles. And the theory behind this is that energy travels quicker along straight, hard surfaces or angles. And when it meets the angle, there's two energies coming to a point, joining together and shooting like a secret arrow. So you wouldn't put a desk or a bed or a chair in front of a sharp angle. Ideally, our walls would be rounded and there would be no angles for sharp energy. In the roadways, where three roadways come together, for example, there may be a car that comes to the corner whose headlights are facing your front sidewalk entrance, your drive entrance, or your front door. And so this would be a source of Sha energy as well, or reflective of that. So prior to roadways and cars and any form of motorized transportation, the energies that would be enhancing to a property would be a meandering waterway. So looking at a stream versus a raging river. So plans to build with the front door facing a waterway, the preference would be a calmer, peaceful waterway, like a stream. And the idea is water is abundance. And so you would want the moving water, but not aggressive, keeping in mind that Qi is actually a balance of male and female, or masculine and feminine energies. So a stream would be more of a feminine quality with a bit of masculinity through the movement. So you wouldn't want a stagnant pond in your front yard at your entrance, because it would represent stagnicity or being stagnant. One thing I love to do is to look at the different homes and properties and house numbers and put an image to the story that it tells. And so I do have a picture of a house that I share in my workshops. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to Black Hat Sect, Buddhist Feng Shui, and I'll catch you on the next one.